Well, hey there everyone. So this week I was still feeling a little bit crafty, so I wanted to do something crafty instead of sewing. And that's pretty much what we're gonna do. So I was on TikTok and I saw somebody making mini food like fridge magnets and absolutely had to make them. So that's what we're doing this week is we're gonna be making some mini fridge magnets. So basically I'm just gonna take like my air dry clay, I'm gonna form them into food, paint them, and then stick some magnets on the back and varnish them, and I got little magnets. So it's a fairly quick process, except I'm making a lot of them. So I think I'm gonna do like a sourdough bread. I'm gonna do like a French bread. I want to do like a little waffle with bananas and like blueberries. I wanted to do like a little cheese wheel. So I'm just gonna make a ton of those with my air dry clay. And then once that's done, I leave those to dry for about a day. Make sure you let them dry, because otherwise, actually I don't know what happens otherwise, but I know you're supposed to let it air dry for about a day. And then the next day I'm going to go ahead and paint them in just regular acrylic, and then after those dry I'm going to go ahead and varnish them. Now normally I would use a Mod Podge, but I was a little worried that the Mod Podge would be too thick and too glossy and it would just like take away from all the details that I paint, so I did end up ordering a varnish. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. It's gonna be a little cozy crafty kind of week. Alright, so I'm gonna see you in my craft area, and I'll meet you back in a little bit. Alright, so the first one that I'm going to do is a waffle. So pretty much what you do is you make a square, and then I took this little ball tool and I just kind of formed out the little squares that a waffle has. And then to smooth everything over, I just brushed it with some water, and it makes it look like 20 times better. And then for the little banana pieces, I basically just made like a little cylinder, and I chopped off some of these little pieces and then made them into little circles. And now for the egg, I just sketched out a little egg shape that I wanted, and then I cut it out, rolled it out a little bit to make it a little bit flatter, and then just smoothed it over with some more water, and then made a little ball, and then just stuck it straight at the top, and the egg is pretty much done. I did the same kind of process with the toast, where I just drew out my outline and then cut it out, then rolled it out a little bit and then refined the edges. I also wanted this to look as realistic as possible, so I did take a little pokey tool and I poked a lot of really small dots to make the toasted texture of this bread. Now for my beautiful sourdough loaf, I made this little like sourdough looking thing, and then I took a rubber tool and I just kind of glided it around the top, and that's what gave me that like scored look after you bake it and it like comes up a little bit. So that's what I'm doing there, and then I'm making little scored pieces that look like a leaf that you can do when you make sourdough. And then I just smoothed it all over with some more water again. For the French bread, I'm also using the same little rubber tool to make the little score lines, so I'm just literally giving it slashes and then smoothing it over with some more water when I'm done. Lastly, for my cheese wheel, I'm rolling out a little cylinder and then I'm going to chop out a little piece. That's going to be my little cheese wedge. And then again, smooth it over with some water. And I did go in with a little ball tool and I made the little like cheese hole indents. So I've made quite a few little guys. But I am gonna make some more. So I was gonna be done, but then I showed my best friend what I was doing, and she wanted some. So I'm gonna make her some along with what I was already doing. So I'm gonna make her another egg because she wanted an egg, and then I think some fruits. So strawberry, maybe an orange. Forgot what other fruits there are. But yeah, so we're just gonna make a couple more. And then I have to leave these two air dry for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow I can come back and paint them and gloss them and hopefully be done with them. So, a little bit more. And I came up with this idea on the fly when I was having some trouble holding the little pieces to paint. So basically what I did is I took the first magnet and I stuck it onto the piece, and then I took the stack of magnets that I had, and I'm using that as a handle to paint all of these pieces. It just made it 20 times easier rather than trying to deal with it with nowhere to hold. So I highly recommend doing that. This is the varnish that I got off of Amazon. I got the gloss finish. There's a ton of different finishes if you look, but this is the one that I used. After everything got painted and a layer of varnish, we are ready for the final look. Thank you. So here's our little babies. I think these turned out way friggin' better than I thought they were going to. Like, especially the bread. I think, like, the details worked out really well. I got some scoring in there. I got some flower details on there. Same with the little French bread. I think that turned out really well. A little lumpy, a little dumpy, but, you know. And then the hot dog turned out really good. I think the breads were my favorite thing to do because I could get the like colors so well on them. So everything I think turned out mostly good. The fruits weren't exactly my favorite thing to do, but the breads and cheese, like, look at my little cheese wheel. I think these were my favorite to do. These turned out so good and so realistic looking. The waffle's not half bad either. She's looking pretty good. But yeah, I think these turned out really good. Apologies for the two different final look filmings. I did have to do a little rush job on 3 of them so I could give them to my best friend because she was going to give some to her mom for her anniversary on Easter. So I still give you the reveal of like the strawberry and the orange and the lime, I believe. But the rest I have here and I'm doing a regular reveal for. But yeah, I cannot wait to use these on my fridge. I'm so excited. The magnets aren't like the strongest thing in the world, but they'll stick to a fridge. But yeah, thanks for being crafty with me this week. I will likely be sewing again next week. I just have to come up with something to sew that beats the crafty urges that I have. So we'll see what happens. So, anywho to do, if you like what I did, go and like and subscribe. I post most Saturdays, mostly at noon, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching!